Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. Before we begin, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. If you have a question, topic, suggestion, feedback, or if you want me to give you my take on anything, put it in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to do so. If you want to connect with me on social media outlets, on Facebook, you can search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram, on X, and on Threads, you can type in at Back on Basics, and on WhatsApp, you can type in at Back on Basics 9985. So, let's talk about creating resiliency. What does that mean? Right? I know that you can look at my shorts from YouTube. You can look at my reel on Facebook. You can also look at my microbite on Instagram. It's just different aspects, right? And it's slightly different because I want to make sure that people get different aspects of creating resiliency. Creating resiliency means focus mind, focus body, focus emotions, right? And focus means that you accept yourself where you're at. That's one of the first things that I'm going to recommend. It's for you to accept yourself. You have to accept yourself, ladies and gentlemen. In order to move forward, in order to go faster, or in order to slow down, in order for you to get to your goals, in order for you to succeed, you have to accept yourself. I've gotten to the point where every morning, right, I wake up, something physical, right, to get myself focused, and then I get going. And the nice thing about it is that I also accept myself, because every day that we wake up, we're slightly different. Remember, the previous days we've had experiences, we've had mistakes, we've had to slow down on our goals, we had to speed up on our goals. I mean, there could be a lot of variables. But the thing that never changes is the fact that you're always changing. As a person, you're always constantly changing. And that's one of the things that's constant, right? We're evolving. And sometimes we can go a little bit faster. And sometimes we can adapt better. Sometimes with the help from our support systems, we can look ahead further than what we can do by ourselves. But at the same time, in order for you to do all of that, right, you have to build resiliency. And how do you do that? Well, one of the things that I've been telling you lately is putting in the work, making sure that you put in the work. Putting in the work means that, you're learning from others. Remember, this past week or the last week, remember we talked about learning lessons from other people, what they do and what they don't do, and you adapting, because if you have similar goals, what more do you want? It's like a free education. I know it sounds kind of bad learning from other people's mistakes, but at the same time, if you want to move forward, if you want to adapt, if you want to bring in your support system to help you and give you their aspect, their opinion, their point of view of what you're going through or what you're doing and not doing. Those are the things that have to be important. And in order to do that, you have to build resiliency. In order to do that, you have to learn from people's mistakes. I'd rather learn from other people's mistakes than make my same mistakes, right? And so you have to do that. I mean, your world is kind of like free education. You can learn something from somebody, something else from somebody else. I mean, you can do a lot of different things. You can learn adversity, right, from people. You can learn resiliency from the people that, put into work every day. They don't stop. They don't, they focus, right? They make sure that, they're always moving forward. And if they fall, they fall moving or looking forward. So that way you can move and get to your goals, succeed, help others, help yourself. I mean, there's so many different things. So building resiliency means accepting mistakes, accepting your mistakes, because we all make mistakes. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this week alone, I've made a few mistakes. I know, not just a few, I made some mistakes. And so I have to accept that I'm not perfect. We're not perfect as human beings. We are going to succeed. We are going to be focused. We are going to be positively focused, and you're going to be moving forward. But at some point there will be mistakes, and that's reality, because that's the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. And so if you build resiliency, building resiliency helps you accept your mistakes and move forward. Some people just stew on it, just sit on it, and just for a long time. And believe me, I've done that myself. But if you accept your mistakes, if you accept your victories, remember, know yourself, know others, know higher power, know your goals, know how to celebrate your goals so that way you can have closure. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, because if you know, then you know, and you'll be able to adapt, or you'll be able to get help from your support system to do that. And so building resiliency also means that you're not only accepting yourself and accepting the mistakes that you're doing, but you're learning from them. And maybe further, and you teach the mistakes or the things that you have done to others. So again, don't be afraid. Don't think that you have to have a perfect life. Don't think that you have to have a mistake-free life. Accept mistakes, learn from them, adapt, so that way you don't make that mistake again, right? And that's a big difference, and that's how you build resiliency. So subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button. You can get notified of any new video that comes on board. Again, be okay making mistakes by accepting them and changing and adapting to success. Back on Basics.